The last part comes out in a whisper. Then we are in big trouble. Hold on. I quickly rush over to the controls and push the lever for the door just in time to see the sun start collapsing. It's a sight I will never forget. Then the door closes, and I frantically press a few buttons and twist the dials. The whole place goes crazy and rocks. Sparks flying as controls burn out. Rusty holds on to the center column as the TARDIS is suddenly sucked into the newly formed black hole. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Doesn't matter at this point, just give either to me.
Well, good news is that this is the first time this has happened to either of us, so you'll be the first horse on Earth to experience it. Congratulations. Bad news is that I don't know whether we'll survive this or not.
And this is supposed to be reassuring?
No, it's just a matter of fact.
Thanks, he replies sarcastically.
The TARDIS groans and shakes, circuits flare and lights flash before I slam a lever down, trying to break free of the black hole's gravitational pull. Rusty suddenly notices a button on the console.
Hey, what is this red emergency escape button?
No, that button will send us to who knows where and when.
But that's better than being dead, right?
Well, no, I suppose yes.
Then what's the harm?
The harm is... The harm is... oh, very well, push it then. Rusty slams a hoof into the button. The inside of the TARDIS gets brighter and brighter, groaning more and more. Suddenly, everything slams down and goes black for a while. We both hit the ground and pass out. Sometime later, in the silence and the darkness, I groaned and slowly put a paw to my head and sat up. For lack of a better word, ouch. I get up and hold my head in my paws for a bit, then I call out, Rusty? Rusty, are you okay? I crawl about and stretch my paws out to feel for him. I brush a paw against his head and slightly slap his face. Hey, Rusty, wake up! He blinks and groans and gets up and shakes his head.
What happened? Are we still alive? Where are we?
I'm not exactly sure. Power's still out, but I think I can get back again. As to our current whereabouts, well, I think we've landed on some planet. Let me take a look and see. I make my way to the column and flip a few switches, and the lights come back on. I swing the display around and look at the space-time coordinates. I stare wide-eyed at the results. What? What?
What is it? What does it show?
It just shows we're in the void, and even stranger, showing the time is not available. The void? Time not available? We can't be in the void. That's impossible. We have to be somewhere and sometime. The display must be on the fritz. I bang on it, but outside of a flicker it still shows the same. I turn on the view screen and look to see if I can see anything outside of the TARDIS. It shows us at the edge of a huge garden covered by an enormous plastic dome. A little further on is a tunnel that leads to another dome protecting a huge metropolis. Zooming in on the city, we see lots of creatures that tended towards humanoid felines, wearing different styles of clothes. There are many different colors of fur, with various colored rings on their ears, tails, arms, and legs. While shapes and sizes tended to vary, all of them seemed to be very fit and agile. Every once in a while, one of the creatures would vanish, and those would seem to reappear out of thin air. Rusty and I both watched the scene for a while before he turns to me.
I don't know about this, Murphy. They don't look very friendly.
Oh, don't be silly. Besides, we don't have a choice now, do we? We can't stay here forever. We have to get back to our own time and space. Come on, stop worrying. I get on very well with other species. I check the readings. Oxygen, carbon dioxide level seems to be normal, though what constitutes normal in the void I couldn't say. And gravity appears to be slightly higher than Earth's, but overall a suitable planet. Feeling more confident than I should be, I straighten my bow tie, adjust my fez, clap my hands together, and push the lever that opens the door. Let's go, allons-y.